Evening, Mayor and Aldermen. I'd like to talk about the convenience center and what was the presentation at the workshop the other night. And what I'd like to say is the convenience center up here, is just to let everybody know, the city owns the land, the county leases it at a good price, $1 a year for 10 years. This lease was renewed approximately at the beginning of 2012, plus or minus a month. And really, I don't think there's any plan on the county shutting down the convenience center because we signed the lease. We recently paved the driveway heading up there. And I've been here before and said many times that we need to have a place to recycle. You know, however you do it, if we don't keep recycling, Alliance's landfill out there at Walter Hill will come up for renewal in about 5 or 6 more years. And what happens if it gets too high? It's going to cost every person, not only in this city, but in this county and surrounding counties, a heck of a lot of money to get rid of our trash. You know, I'm a county commissioner, and we've done some things like building schools that we've changed the way of doing things, like roofs and lighting and this type thing. And what we did due diligence. We checked on the best ways to do it. When I say roofs, we put metal roofs on. The first ones we put on were 2003 on Christiana Middle, and I checked with Mr. Clardy, who's the county engineer today. There's only been one problem, and that was due to an installation. If it had been the shingle roofs, tar roofs, we'd have had all kind of problems. Same thing with lighting. We got better ways to do lighting. It saves energy, and the kids can see better. So what I'm saying is that I'm happy with the way things are with trash right now, but I'm going to be open to what happens. And I'm sure that our mayor and aldermen are going to do due diligence, talk to other people. They're going to find out what's best for the city of Laverne. And they've got many other irons in the fire that they're going to have to look at with the employee insurance, the parks that we've got going, in the streets. So I guess really why I'm here is just say keep an open mind until we actually get some facts. Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, we have no other citizens signed up. I will call the citizens forum. Meeting for March 5th, 2013. We do have a full quorum and welcome Ms. Sherry back. I will have a prayer, and the pledge will be led by Vice Mayor. If everyone will please stand. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day and for all the many workers here in Laverne. Thank you for each and every one of them and for the service they give to our citizens. Be with our men and women overseas as they fight every day to protect our country. Thank you for everything that you've given us, dear Lord. Be with each and every one of us as we go through this meeting, and be with us as we make decisions that benefit our entire city. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have a nice full house. This is awesome to see. I hope everyone did have time to look over. We do have 4 different, 3 different sets of minutes to approve. January 23rd, special called meeting. February 5th, public hearing. And February 13th, 2013. Do I have a motion to approve or to deny these minutes?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Department reports. Fire Department.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Alderman. For the month of February 2013, there was a total of 82 calls. The calls consisted of 3 structure fires, 13 fire alarms, 2 vehicle fires, 3 hazardous material calls, 22 motor vehicle accidents, 28 medical calls, 7 emergency miscellaneous calls, and 4 non-emergency miscellaneous calls. The average response time for the month was 2.9 minutes. Total water consumption was 900 gallons. Any questions?
Question? Thank you, Rob.
Thank you, ma'am.
Police Department.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Aldermen, Miss Sherry, we are glad you're back, because with you back now, we have at least 40% of the board again that's nice, okay?
Okay. Okay.
If you have any questions, I'll be glad to address them, but you have the report that's there. That's the month end for the month of February. When you look at the year-to-date reports, I think they're a little more telling than what the monthly actually is, because there are some changes there, some increases, particularly in the area of various types of arrests, DUI for one, some pretty good increases there. I also want to tell you that on April the 13th, and we'll talk about it again at the April meeting, April the 13th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Battle of the Badges once again. It will be a knockdown, drag-out battle, but for a good cause, because there were a lot of people, as many as potentially 200 people, according to the American Red Cross, from the blood that was donated the last time, and we're going to do it again. And LPD will win one more time. That was debatable as to who won. We didn't care who won. But it's fun, and we're going to have it, and we're going to have our vehicles and displays and so on there once again. And hopefully the families will come out, and when they do, they'll come out and donate. Also on May the 17th, we've talked about it before, but May the 17th, Carry the Load is coming through again. And Carry the Load came through last year. They were very impressed with the way Laverne responded with about 4 days' notice. And there were a lot of people here and welcoming the load. And the load, of course, is the American flag. But they are coming the week of National Law Enforcement Officer Memorial Week, but not only are they carrying the load for United States military personnel who have made the ultimate sacrifice, but also those in law enforcement, fire service, and other emergency services too. And they are going to make a hard stop here at 6 p.m. and hopefully we'll have everything put together. We'll have a ceremony here, and they'll be here available, and we're going to try to see if we can garner some support for them throughout other parts of the state as well. But they were very impressed with the Laverne, and if you look at their website, one of the photographs is Laverne, Tennessee, on their website. And everywhere they go, they talk about what the folks in Laverne did last year. So we're gonna do even better this year. Just write that down on your calendar and remember.
Chief, I had a surprise meeting the other day. A gentleman, Mr. Tom Oakley, with the Rolling Thunder, and I get chill bumps talking about it, had a long talk with me, and I've given him these dates.
Good.
And they are wanting to start participating in our old timers. And I told him about all of our and I told him about Carry the Load. He wrote down the dates.
Good.
I got all of his contact information, and so we're to get back with him and let him know. He was very excited, and we're real excited to have them start participating with us.
I know some old troopers that are a part of Rolling Thunder, and they were also there back in '09 when First Lieutenant Eric Emmert was killed, and when he came home to Lebanon. Eric was a former trooper for 7 years, TBI agent, and a first lieutenant in the 269th in Murfreesboro, and he was killed in action in Iraq. And that was 3 years ago, or 4 years ago now, but that's something that I've had on my Facebook, and today is actually the anniversary of his burial. But Rolling Thunder's a good group.
Yes, so we
And
were,
we want everybody. We want Boy Scouts, Girl
Absolutely.
Scouts, church groups, school groups. We want everybody to be a part of it and come out and be here to welcome them.
absolutely.
Questions?
Any questions? Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Rescue Unit.
Mayor, Alderman. First, I'd like to tell you that we have a new member of the organization. He was born at 6:10 this evening. Trevor Austin Honeycutt. He weighed 7 pounds, 8.2 ounces.
All right.
So he finally got here, folks. Parents are Anthony and Megan Honeycutt. So also, we have a ham breakfast this weekend. And for the report, we'll go with 1 medical run, 14 vehicle accidents, 1 water mission, 14 business, public relations 8, total of 92 events. Total hours is 7,230, and total man hours was 1,492.5. Any questions?
And tell the happy couple congratulations for us.
I'll do that. I'm getting ready to leave right now to go up there. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Codes.
Good evening. The report for February is, for single-family dwellings, there was 1. Commercial, there were 4 permits for a total of 1,309,930. There were 12 miscellaneous permits, total of 69,000. 3 sign permits. There was 1 shed or garage permit. There were 6 mobile home permits for 129,000, for a grand total of 27 permits at 1.7.5 million. Total fees collected was 9,890 for the month. Plumbing permits, there was 1 single-family dwelling. There were 2 commercial plumbing permits. The mechanical permits were a number of 1, 3 commercial mechanical permits. The complaints, junk cars in the yard were 2, trash in the yard were 8, and 18 other. Also in that same grouping, I don't have the numbers on the report, but we have had 1 of our slum clearances that we've addressed that was torn down this week, and we've got others that are going to follow suit very soon. I think there was a total of 8 or 9 that Mike and I have addressed, and so far there's been 2 or 3 that have responded, and 1 is now gone, and others will follow quickly. Fire inspections this month, there were 33. Year to date, there's been 70. The total number of single-family permits issued year to date were 8. Total number of single-family permits issued the same time last year were 3. Total number of permits this year to date have been 55. Any questions?
Any questions?
Thank you.
Parks and Recreation.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Alderman. We got a lot going on at the park right now. Ball season coming up. You can look at our numbers and see they're not too shabby considering we're in the winter months. I passed everybody out of Easter flyer. Donna helped me get those up earlier. So we got the Easter egg hunt coming up on March 23rd. The games will start at 9 and the actual hunt will start at 10 o'clock. We also have opening day for baseball and softball in the park on the 6th of April. We got 2 new hires in the process. Hopefully all that'll go good. And Tom, today I got the 2 temporary mounds. There's the 2 portable mounds in, and they're going to work out pretty good, I think. I'm excited about that. But other than that, it's business as usual up there. So any questions?
Any questions? We'd like to thank AC for stepping in. He's our interim Parks and Rec Director, and we thank you for stepping up to the plate for us.
No problem.
Finance.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Alderman. Tonight's report represents our year-to-date through January of 2013. We're 7 months into our fiscal year. For the general fund, expenses have exceeded revenues by approximately $116,000. Local sales tax we've collected approximately $2,380,000. That's $396,000 better than what we budgeted and $355,000 better than prior year. So our sales tax is doing good to us this year. State Street Aid, expenses have exceeded revenues by approximately $214,000. In our stormwater fund, revenues have exceeded expenses by approximately $259,000. And in our water and sewer fund, revenues have exceeded expenses by approximately $1.27 million. The second page represents our balances in our various bank accounts. And the third page is a comparison to prior year. For the general fund, expenses have exceeded revenues at this point in time of the year by approximately $1 million. And for the water sewer fund, revenues have exceeded expenditures by approximately $362,000. Any questions?
Any questions?
Thank you.
Library?
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Aldermen. We had a very busy month in February at the library. When we looked at compared last February to this year, our attendance increased by right around 1,800. So we were really encouraged with that. Our total computer users increased by 800 from last February till this February. So our numbers are really improving, and we're very excited that we're seeing that trend. There are 3 different programs that I just wanted to mention that we're having in the month of March, and that's this is our second annual Steampunk Art Contest. If you're not sure what steampunk is, there are plenty of books in the library that tell you all about steampunk. But we're having a contest, and it runs through the end of March, where they can submit drawings or models, and they were going to be judged. And then we have $20 gift cards that will be awarded to those that win. And there's different age groups that can apply and can get prizes for that. Our American Girl Tea Party, which is very popular every year, that's this Saturday. And we have a program at 11 and one at 2. And both of those programs are just about filled. I think we might have 1 or 2 tickets available for each one. But they are ready to go, and the food's all ready, and everyone's excited about that this Saturday. And then the YA, our YA department are having another practice ACT test, which is always very popular, brings in a lot of high school students. That's going to be on the 23rd of March from 9 until 12:30 in the library. And our teen sponsors, 2 of our staff that are working with the teens, are going to be going out to Laverne Middle School to a family night that they're having a little bit later this month, I believe on the 12th, and going to be representing our library there and giving literature, and hopefully get more teens interested in coming to the library with all the special activities they have there as well. Any questions?
We'd also like to thank Ms. Paula for stepping in as interim library director. Thank you very much and welcome. Public Works. Oh, I'm sorry, water treatment. I almost forgot you, Thomas.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Aldermen. Thank you for this opportunity to let me present the month of January compared to January of 2012. As you can see, down the line, all of our testing parameters are well within the standards. The thing we're noticing is the water production from year to year has been down, which is not a bad thing. It's just not being used, or we're not having a demand of sending it back in the ground, I guess, so to speak. Of our leaks are being maintained. It could be somewhat population, but it's about a 9% decrease in what we did last year. And it just reflects on the chemicals. We just use less because they were producing less. January being the last month of our contract year, our maintenance was a little over $5,200, which left a balance of $2,317, which was credited to this year's contract. And we've already taken care of all that. Our quality calls have been down. We get mainly ones with pressure. People, I guess maybe their water fluctuates a little bit, so we go out and educate them a little bit about their valves and what they can do. And we really, you know, we would like people to call in so I can talk water with them. It's my profession. I don't mind doing it at all. Just anybody that needs any advice, help, if I can. Our membrane unit reclaimed 6.2 million gallons this month of January, which is our biggest month of record since we've had it in operation there. And what it did, it saved $11,000 from going to Metro expense and put that water back in for resale. Construction at the plant, we're into the second week, so it's pretty much chaos inside the main building right now. All the floors are up, the vinyl tiles are up. Today they've been prepping the walls for painting, so everything's off the walls and stacked in corners and places. And, they've gotten into the building part somewhere where they're doing the replumbing for the chlorine generation, the MIOC system. So that was today, and we actually switched over to the bought bleach, the stronger strength of it. Everything's going smooth so far. It's just waiting for the more chaos. They find each thing they uncover, they find a little bit something different. So it's been a challenge, but nothing to change the contract yet.
Awesome.
That's about all I have.
Any questions? Any questions? And I guess while you're here and Bill's here, we finally have the deed in our hands. We now own the piece of property across the interstate for our new pumping station over there.
Great.
So we have
Good news.
possession of the property.
Great.
And Tom thought I was going to tackle the state guy when he brought it in. But we do have that in hand, so hopefully
Great.
we'll see that project moving forward in the near future.
Good.
Thank you. Public Works.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Alderman. For the month of February, we had 326 chipper pickups, which now would be not chipper, but we have a new brush truck, at a total of 35, almost 36 tons. Had 395.5 man hours from the workhouse and another 350 on letter pickup with the inmates. And this month, with the bad weather, we've been repairing and putting out new signs. As a total of 49, total of 198 work orders. We had 31 hours of overtime, 3 of that being on service calls. And then also we've been replacing, repairing those signs. And also I'll let you know that I talked with Stanza Electric this afternoon. All the lights are up and going on the interstate, with the exception of a few, and they're waiting for the rain to quit where they can bring their bucket truck up. A lot of it, some of it's bulbs that's got to be replaced and some ballast. But as far as the major wiring, they've got it all done. And in the fleet department, we had a total of 23 vehicle repairs, 13 in-house. It was 10 of them minor, 3 of them was major, 12 oil changes, and just some minor equipment repair. And also to let you know that we have been working, Miss Kitty and I, with different insurance companies on this guardrails where people was not paying anything. And I meant to get a price. I totaled from her this afternoon, but it's somewhere around 15 to 20,000 that we recouped by going through the insurance companies now, and they're sending us a check in for it. So
Good job.
we recouped that much in the last month and a half, 2 months.
Good job.
And that's about all I got. Any questions?
I also want to say, while everyone needs to know, I got a fabulous email from a citizen really bragging on we still call it the chipper service, but our pickup service, and talking about how wonderful you and your crew were, and getting out and getting all this picked up. And so it's always good to hear when somebody's complimenting and talking about what a good job the employees are doing. So they need to hear that. I saw Doug in the back there, so
Well, thank you.
he needs to. Y'all need to hear this.
Yeah, Doug and them's doing a great job. All of them are.
Yes. So
We're having a few little glitches, but we're going to work them out.
that's it. Thank you, Carter.
Thank you.
Utilities.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Alderman. It was a slower month in February for utilities, thank goodness. Basically ran about 82 service calls on each end. Overtime hours are way down. I'm really happy with that. One thing we did do in the water department, we had a small 2-inch flushing hydrant on the end of one of the cul-de-sacs up in Lake Forest. We were able to eliminate that. We put in a 6-inch regular fire hydrant. The residents now have fire protection on their cul-de-sac, which we're going to try to eliminate as many of those as we can. Other than that, everything's going well. The crews have jumped in. Water's going on sewer calls with the sewer crew. Sewer crew's going on water calls with the water crew. We're the utilities now.
Sounds good. Thank you. Human Resources. There's Ms. Vaughn.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Aldermen. It's been an interesting month for Human Resources. And I was told I have 4 minutes, 22 seconds, so I'm going to hold me to that. But we have about 6 external jobs posted. We've had a lot of hits on positions, not a whole lot of applicants to apply. Our interest cards have kind of dropped to 53. Had 3 employee resignations, 2 terminations, and 1 appeal. Claims management and risk management didn't change a whole lot. Care Here appointments increased. We did have 0 no-shows for February for Care Here, so that's good. Our enrollment for Care Here also increased to 289. Our family claim dollars went down 55,000. Single claim dollars up just a little. Total claim is 131,369. So, any questions?
Any questions?
You don't run 5Ks, do you?
No.
Just checking.
So good.
Thank you,
Thank
Vaughn,
you
very much. All right. That's got everybody. Looks like I'm up next. As you all know, it's time for our Employee of the Month. The employees, for those of you, I see a lot of new faces out here, the Employee of the Month is chosen by their peers for their work, dedication, and everything that they do for this city. And the lady tonight that we're going to be honoring, every time we've asked, she's been put to task on old-timers, she gets the job done. No matter what you ask her to do, she gets the job done, always comes into the back. When she comes through the office, makes us laugh. We have a good little chuckle. She always has nice things to say to everybody. And you could be down, and she always works to bring you up. And tonight, I would love to introduce this lady to all of you, Miss Missy Riggert. And I gotta say, in Missy's office, she's had to take some tongue lashings from people that she really didn't deserve, but she always smiled. So I gotta go take lessons from her. City of Laverne Certificate of Appreciation is hereby granted to Missy Riggert for your dedication and hard work for the City of Laverne. The city hereby recognizes you as the Employee of the Month for March 2013 and thanks you for the excellent work you do for the City of Laverne. Thank you. Thank you. We ran. Thank you. All right. If you don't mind, I have been asked by the Vice Mayor if we can move to number 15 on our agenda. This is the motion to appoint a city administrator. We had great discussion over this at the workshop. As everyone knows, Bruce is going to be celebrating his 20th year with the city. I believe it's in June. He and I have worked together for the last year. He's worked with this board. He is very fair with each and every member of this board, each and every employee. And I would be honored at this time to make a motion to appoint Bruce Richardson as our city administrator.
Second.
I have a second. Do I have any discussion whatsoever? Any discussion? We will do a roll call vote. Alderman Broker?
Aye.
Alderman Waldron?
Aye.
Vice Mayor?
Aye.
Ms. Sherry?
And I would like to say that we know he can do the job, and I've been with Bruce a long time.
That's
So,
right. Thank you, Ms. Sherry. Well, Bruce, you now have the official title of Laverne's City Administrator.
Congratulations. Sit down.
Now, does this mean I can have tomorrow off? No, I'm just kidding.
You're the boss. So.
I guess let's go on and do number 16 to keep that in order. Every one of you have had the time to read this. Motion to approve an employment agreement between the City of Laverne and Bruce E. Richardson.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. I will open it up for any discussion. Any discussion whatsoever? None? I see none. We will do a roll call. Alderman Broker?
Aye.
Alderman Waldron?
Aye.
Vice Mayor?
Aye.
Alderman Green? And I vote aye. Motion carries. Thank y'all very much. We will now move to old business. Number 4, motion to approve agreement with Paradise Amusements, Inc. to provide the carnival for the Old Timers Festival. Bruce, I know they contacted Kathy, and they're okay with all of Evans looked it over. They're okay with Evans' agreement. So do we have any issues?
No, it should be ready to go. They called us shortly before the meeting tonight, so they are okay with the changes that Evan recommended. So.
Awesome. All right. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
second.
I have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. The consent agenda items we went over at great length during the workshop. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda items?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Number 6, we have a couple of boards to fill. First being the Economic Development Advisory Committee. We do have an application. We did take the applications to the Economic Development Board. They sent us a recommendation of Mr. Eric Tutubaney for the committee. Eric Tutubaney.
Would you spell that, please?
I have to cheat and look at how to spell. Do I have a motion to approve Eric to this board?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, we have the Greenway Advisory Committee. We have one vacancy. I believe Mr. Ken Cowan has been recommended for this board. So do I have a motion to approve Mr. Ken Cowan?
Motion to approve.
Motion
Second.
to approve, and I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Number 7, Resolution 2013-05, a resolution of the City of Laverne Board of Mayor and Aldermen to declare certain vehicles and equipment owned by the city to be surplus to the city's needs and directing disposal of the same.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Any discussion? Ms. Sherry, if you want to ask any, I know
No.
Bruce brought you up to speed.
Yeah, Bruce did.
No, I see no discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Number 8, Resolution 2013-06, a resolution to adopt a new personnel policy and procedures manual. And it's taken us some time, and it's all ready to go now.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Resolution 2013-07, a resolution, one, authorizing the insurance of not to exceed $13,620,000 in aggregate principal amount of water and sewer revenue and tax refunding and improvement bonds of the City of Laverne, Tennessee, making provisions for the insurance, sale, and payment of said bonds, establishing the terms thereof and the disposition of proceeds therefrom, providing for the levy of taxes, for the payment of principal of, premium, if any, and interest on the bonds, and repealing in its entire entity Resolution 2013 adopted on January 8, 2013. I believe at this time we're going to ask Mr. Ashley McAnally to come up here and give us some information on this. And we just received some of this, so.
Thank you, Mayor Mosley, Alderman. This resolution simply replaces the resolution that was approved at the end of January to include a refunding, and the refunding produces savings to the city. There's no cost adding that into the other new money portion that's going to be issued for your water and sewer projects. So this will simply be sold along with that. The refunding had to be reviewed by the State Office of State and Local Finance. That's a requirement for any refunding in the state. And that's what this letter that you received as part of the resolution includes, is that refunding analysis that they've done. And it saves approximately a little over $40,000 for the city to apply as part of your new money portion that you're borrowing. So this is simply replacing that prior resolution to include the refunding.
Well, the prior resolution was abolished because it wasn't approved by the state, right?
Right. You have to have the state review before you approve any refunding, and so that's why we came along with this one. At that point, that gave us an opportunity to go ahead and publish the notice of sale, the initial resolution, and so that 20-day period is already run, so we're ready to, as soon as we get a credit rating for the city, which are right now AA2, as soon as we get the credit rating, we'll be ready to go into the market, sell the bonds, and get you the bond proceeds to use for the projects that you have to be completed.
So basically, this is not replacing that one because that one never was in
Right,
effect.
right. That's right.
All right. Do I have a motion or to deny or to accept?
Motion to accept.
Motion to accept. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. We'll do a roll call. Well, first, let's see. Do y'all have any more questions that y'all want to ask of him? Any more questions? Thank you. All right, we'll do a roll call. Alderman Green.
Aye.
Vice Mayor.
Aye.
Alderman Walter.
No.
Alderman Broker.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Motion carries. Thank you very much for being here. All right, number 10. Resolution 2013-08, a resolution to accept the Nacarado Industrial Subdivision, received a favorable recommendation from the Planning Commission on February 26, 2013.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
Got the second, Alderman Broker. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Number 11, motion to approve construction bid for the Safe Routes to School project.
Motion to approve. Second.
All right, I have a motion to approve. And I have a second. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Number 12, motion to approve agreement with the First Tennessee Bank regarding the Amnon Shriegman Chapter 11 bankruptcy case.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. I will open this up. Any discussion? All right, we'll do a roll call on this one. Alderman Green.
Aye.
Vice Mayor.
Aye.
Alderman Waldron. Alderman Broker.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Number 13, motion to approve agreement with Loudoun Water District for the purchase of AMR meters.
Mayor, the only thing that I'd like to point out to the board is on reviewing this agreement, I want to make sure the board understands that there's really no recourse in the event you do elect to buy these and purchase and sign this agreement. The way the agreement's written, if we get them back and we feel like we've been ripped off, we really don't have any recourse to go back on them. And that's the only thing to keep in mind on that. And if that's a risk that's okay because we're getting a good deal on it, I just want the board to be aware of that.
We're buying these things about like a used car.
That's, yes, sir.
That's what we're
Except,
doing.
right, that's right.
Well, the thing is, there's two components to it. Even if the meters were bad, the actual AMR, the readers are something we could use and purchase new meters at $35. We're getting these at 1/6 the cost. I did read over what Bill, I believe, has given to each of us. Would it be wise maybe to, I don't know, can we make something contingent upon, I mean, have you looked this over as far as this email?
I did. I contacted the procurement agent for Loudoun. Of course, the time difference, by the time I got that and that, she has not gotten back with me. I was assured that they are all AMR, but I wanted to get something in an email or writing from them. They have said that anything that we want to put into the agreement, do it and ship it to them. I don't believe they would have a problem if we added maybe something in the agreement that said the AMR reader would be with each meter. I think that was the only thing, we were possibly worried about.
Have you looked this over at all? I mean, we've made things contingent before upon approval or upon, if everything is as the meters are all 12,000 of them or 12,500 are what we are the same. Do we have plans to go up there at all, like to look at them?
My next step would be contacting maybe a trucking company to see the costs on that, or whether we could go get them ourselves. We didn't want to proceed with that without knowing that we were going to enter into the agreement. I think Bruce and I talked that even if we agreed to send this back to them tonight, by the time they send it and send it back, it's going to be 30 days probably by the time we get final approval and payment, and then we have 15 days after that. So we've got about 45 days to work on shipping.
This might be a bill. Bill, if we do get these things in and they ain't all the same, we can still use them, right?
Badger meters, you can use the lane link is the critical part. All Badger meters have the same lane link, so I think it's a great deal. Just, I would like for them to say the radio parts in there. I mean, the ones they sent us are. I talked to them on the phone. They feel that they sound like great people. They probably meant to send that to us. But I would just really like for them to say that, but that's your decision. That's not mine.
They ain't want to say it.
Well, they just said it's all.
But we can certainly put that in motion.
Saying,
Yeah, we need
are
to
we
be
at risk of
assured
losing these? I know you had said other municipalities were.
Well, right, and that's hard to tell. I mean, at this time, I think we are one of the first ones on board and asking them. There was another municipality in Tennessee that has been talking with them that they haven't purchased just yet.
Well, I would hate to lose them. I
Yeah.
think for 1/6 of the cost
Yeah.
of new. Jeremy, as I spoke to you, I think Friday, my only concern is getting them in the ground quick enough where we can recoup this. I mean, under your conservative estimate, you think within a year we'll recoup this money?
Very easily they would be in the ground within a year.
And I personally spoke to, it was the guy that was sitting in the audience.
Kevin Hickson.
Yes.
And Bill Don.
I spoke with him when we were at the chamber event, and he said CUD was willing to come down here and help us at no cost to put it in, and he even said he would come and help. So I was really pleased that he said, I'll come help y'all any way I can. He said, and I know how to put them in too. So.
Kevin, would you be comfortable putting it in it that the MRI would be in there? Could we do something like that?
Sure, yeah, you've got the ability to make whatever contingency you want to put on that contract, and you can do it. I just want to make sure, and again, I'm not trying to, you know me, I'm not trying to talk you out of it or talk you into it. I just want everybody to be aware that if something goes wrong, the way this contract's written, there's really no recourse that we have. Whatever we get, we're going to get. Meaning that we can put that in there, and I think it's a good idea to spell it out. But if it turns out not to be the case, there's not much we can do at that point. That's just the risk, and that's probably why you're getting it at a good price. So it's just a trade-off. That's all it is.
Would it be better to put it under contingency, or is there a possibility of deferring it a month, and then by then maybe I mean, I would hate to lose them, and that's.
I mean, the ones that sent us at it, they say that they have the readers in them. I have no reason to believe they would. You know, we're not the only ones that they're talking to. I would have no reason to believe this water district would even try to sham somebody, because we're only talking about getting 12,500 of them. If we're one of the first ones that get them, they had 65,000, so they're still going to have 40,000 to get rid of.
Yeah.
I'm sure whoever they sell them to behind us are going to contact us to ask what they were like. I mean, I believe they got to be what they say they are.
If we get them in and the readers is not in there, they're basically useless to us. We can just scrap them out. That's the reason we get them. It's for the readers. MRI.
I mean, we could still use the meters, you know, and hand read them, but that's not what we want them for. You know, I will know tomorrow. You know, I mean, I don't know how we do this for tonight yet, but you're right. I mean, I'd hate to wait another 30 days.
I'll make a motion. Evan, you help me to do the correct terminology here.
Yes.
On the contingency that Loudon provide the information or put it in the contract that these are all AMR meters.
I'll second it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so does everybody understand what So that way we could move forward if they're willing to put them in there, and in that, all they have to do is say, we verify that they're all AMRs. And
But like you said, that sounds good, but if they're not, we don't have no recourse on it. That's what you're saying, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Well, Evan, my question, I mean, if they put in the contract that the meters include the AMR, and they ship us just meters, I mean, that's a breach of their contract, though.
Yeah, but if you look at the thing, and I could talk about this for a while.
Okay.
But I mean, the part of the contract issue is that they say they're going to give us a warranty or guarantee in some part of it, then in the next paragraph they take it away or basically make it worthless. So it's kind of one of those deals where you've got to really read it carefully because, for example, all property sold as is where is, period. And all the risk is on us and not on them. And again, I'm not trying to say it's a bad deal. It sounds like a great deal, but it's something to think about.
But I think if you spec out exactly what it's supposed to be included in the AMR, and it could be some wording that Bill comes up with, or
Yes.
Bill and Jerry together talking with them, and spec out exactly, and the meter plus the AMR, just spell out exactly, and then like Jerry's saying is, if we didn't get that exact product and they didn't really sell us the product, it doesn't matter about the warranty or anything like that. We're not getting the product that the board's approving. So really, they are in a breach of the, the agreement.
Yeah.
Because it's not the exact product.
I mean, I think adding that language is better than what we've got, for sure.
so y'all get together, come up with the language, and I guess shoot it to Evan and
Yes,
go from there. Okay. So do I have a motion?
You have a motion.
I have a motion and a second. Okay, we're going to do a roll call. Alderman Broker.
Aye.
Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Vice Mayor.
Aye.
Alderman Green.
Aye.
And I vote aye. All right. Number 14, motion to approve agreement between the City of Laverne and Fred Gaston for consulting services and ongoing legal issues.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
And now I will open it up for discussion. Bruce, did you have something you wanted to?
Yes, ma'am. This agreement really needs to be approved subject to the approval of Mr. Gaston. He is in the process of getting this reviewed with legal counsel, and he wants to make sure that they're okay with it before he signs off on it. So if we could make that contingent on his approval, that way, you know, we'll know it's okay for both sides.
That'll be my motion then.
Okay.
Okay. That'll be my second.
Okay. So the motion is to approve contingent of Mr. Gaston's approval. All right, I have any more questions? Roll call, Alderman Green.
Aye.
Vice Mayor.
Aye.
Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderman Broker. And I vote aye. All right, guys, we're down to Mayor and Alderman comments, and we'll just pick on Alderman Green tonight. Let her go first.
Just pick on me. Well, I want to thank all of you for letting me have a little vacation. It was wonderful. The weather's great. It was 77 there today.
Show off.
But I really haven't been, so I don't know what's gone on lately, but I hope everybody's been well and everything's gone good.
Awesome.
And
Good to have you back.
Appreciate all of you very much.
Vice Mayor?
I want to congratulate Megan and Andy on little
Absolutely.
Trevor. And tell Bruce congratulations or I'm sorry.
That's it. Alderman Walker?
Just want to welcome Bruce to City Administrator. If he don't know how to do it by now, I don't think he'll ever learn. He's been there a long time, and appreciate all the work you've done.
Thank you.
And the Country Ham Breakfast, it's the March the 9th, Saturday, March the 9th. And hope to see everybody down there. Bruce, show up. I'll buy you breakfast. How's that?
We'll see.
Alderman Broker?
I just want to also congratulate Bruce and again say the same thing that everyone's been saying. I don't think anyone is more knowledgeable of the city and its ordinances than Bruce, so I think it was the right choice.
I want to thank everybody tonight. I know you heard Commissioner Doug Schaefer discuss the convenience center. The reason that was brought up, we did give a presentation at the workshop regarding trash collection. A company wanted to come in and give us a presentation. It was David Duke that we met 2 or 3 years ago with Waste Industries. We allowed him to come in, give a presentation. We did tell people to email us, call us, say, are you interested in us going further, investigating or not? This is not anything that we're entertaining in the near future, but we did want to hear some citizens' input. What Mr. Schaefer was talking about, we did have a female who showed up at the convenience center. It was good information. Contact the Mayor of Laverne, wanted your opinion, gave all of our numbers. However, when you get down to the bottom, it was extremely false information, because it did say that if the board decides to have city pickup, the Rutherford County Convenience Center will no longer serve Laverne. That was absolutely false. That's why Commissioner Schaefer was here, to let us know we have trash pickup now. We still have a convenience center, so it's not going anywhere. And for anybody that in the audience that's concerned, I do have the email from Mac Nolan. He is the director over solid waste and landfill. He is the director, assuring us the landfill is not going anywhere. So we just wanted to correct that misinformation that was put out to the citizens. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call any of us. We'll be happy to review it. Please watch the meetings. They're on TV. The workshop was aired. So we just wanted to let everybody know that if you got one of these, I think they were distributed all over the city as well as at the convenience center. I do know that the county did ask the female to leave the premises. But if you get one of these, it is absolutely false information regarding the convenience center. We all use the convenience center. It is a huge part of our area. And like I said, if we wanted to, my own husband would hang me by our tree because we do enjoy that service very much. So again, it's false information. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact any of us, and we will definitely give you the accurate information or the people that you may contact to get that. With that being said, we want to welcome the new family members to the Honeycutts. I know they're very, very proud. Bruce, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you very much.
He may hate us all before it's over
Yeah,
with.
I'll have to learn now when to run when I see you. But we do appreciate you stepping up to the plate. I think it was long overdue. Thank you. All the employees, thank you for always stepping up to the plate each and every day for our citizens. You're very, very, very much appreciated. And Bill, we thank you for being here. Ashley, thank you for being here. And I will now call this meeting adjourned.